What's good, guys? This week, Brian Greene on Why We're Religious, physicists discover what's inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, switching on the Large Hadron Collider, Elon Musk buys Twitter, and what is the future of atheism? Why did our ancient relatives create art and ritual if it didn't help them find food? If you know anything about evolution, you'll know that ancient humans didn't like to waste much time or energy on things that weren't necessary for survival, things like hunting or building shelters. So, why did they create beautiful trinkets or elaborate rituals? This is a question Darwin himself considered, and it's the topic of an entire chapter in Brian Greene's latest book, Until the End of Time. Brian explains that the common belief that religion gave our ancestors might have helped them work and fight together. He also talks about the terror management theory of religion. It's the theory that religion offering people an afterlife helped our ancestors not be frozen in fear, thinking about their death 24/7. Brian talks about religion and other fascinating topics, including his theories on consciousness and his predictions for the next big steps in cosmology in his recent talk with Progressive Forum. It's definitely worth a look. And there's nothing like seeing events in person, so come and see or even meet Brian when we tour him across Australia and New Zealand this June. Tickets are at the link in our bio. Ever wondered what's inside the Great Pyramid of Giza? Well, soon we'll know, all thanks to subatomic particles called muons. Muons are the awkward cousins of electrons. Their mass is about 207 times as large as an electron's, making them able to pass through hundreds of meters of rock. Picture an electron like a bullet, and a muon like a cannonball. The cannonball can smash through walls while bullets get stuck. Other technologies such as ultrasound, ground-penetrating radar, and X-rays can only penetrate a short distance from the surface, but muons, they can go further. It was thanks to muons that in 2017 scientists discovered a surprising hidden chamber inside the Great Pyramid. Now, as part of international project Scan Pyramids, the detectors are back to scan the Great Pyramid from another angle. The team also plan on scanning other ruins such as the Mayan Chichen Itza in Mexico, and they've already started mapping out the inner workings of Mount Vesuvius using muography. We can't wait to see what they find. After a 3-year nap, the Large Hadron Collider was switched on last week to help explain why the universe exists. During its well-known break, the LHC got pampered with some maintenance and upgrades to prepare it for its third and most powerful experimental period. If all goes to plan, scientists at CERN will begin experiments in June. Run 3 is all about the elusive neutrino. Neutrinos are among the most abundant particles in the universe, and they're the size of an electron but have no charge, hence the name neutrino. The question is, what are the properties of neutrinos? We still know pretty much nothing about them. If CERN manages to solve the neutrino conundrum, it will be a landmark moment that could help refine the Standard Model. The Standard Model helps explain the forces in the universe and how the different fundamental particles fit together to generate the cosmos that we call home. Neutrinos are also critical to understanding nuclear physics, from the fusion reactions that power the stars to the fission reactions that occur in nuclear energy reactors. Let's hope they solve the conundrum. Will Elon Musk be a free speech champion or new tech overlord? That's what everyone's wondering now that he's the owner of Twitter. Musk has been critical of Twitter's moderation of speech, and within a day of his takeover, some high-profile banned users have been allowed back onto the site. As for Donald Trump, Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, and even Azalea Banks and Tila Tequila, yes, they were banned as well. It's not clear whether they'll get their accounts back. Elon has said that he hopes that even his worst critics remain on Twitter, because that is what free speech is about. But despite his wishes, many people are already announcing that they're leaving the platform. With Elon at the helm, Twitter users could also expect an edit button and an open source algorithm, meaning they'd be able to view the code that curates what they see. Musk has also said that users should be able to see if their post has been promoted or demoted. So, do you think Elon will have a positive or negative influence? Let us know in the comments. Who was the first atheist? If you listen to British philosopher Julian Baggini in his recent talk Atheism Revisited, the first open and proud atheist was actually a Catholic priest. His name was Jean Meslier, and while working as a priest in 18th century France, he came to see that the church wasn't helping the poor as they said they were, but were actually lining their pockets instead. After that, there was David Hume, a Scottish Enlightenment philosopher who is the hero of many atheists today. But long after that came the new atheist movement, fronted by some of the thinkers we've toured here at Think Inc., Sam Harris and Richard Dawkins. These thinkers popularized atheism, but did they go too far? According to Baggini, author of Atheism, a very short introduction, perhaps they were a bit too militant and isolated people from the cause instead of creating a coalition of the reasonable, which could also include reasonable religious believers. Have a listen to his talk and make up your mind for yourself. And if you want to learn more about different schools of philosophical ethics, come along to our course starting next week. Tickets are at the link in our bio. That's all for this week. Don't forget, we've got 2 Thinking Academy courses starting next week, and tickets to our upcoming Brian Green tour can be found at the link in our bio. Until next time, take care, guys.